Hello and welcome to the channel, which aims to make every song a little bit more interesting by the end of the video. This week we're looking at one of the first ever musical memes, and it might be the weirdest song to ever exist. The year was 2007 and musical memes had just begun. In March, the trailer for GTA 4 was released and it spawned this video. Just 1 month later, this song was used to create the second musical meme. What you say? But before we get into that, let's talk about how this was made and put together in the first place. A keytar, broken computer, Bill Hader and Andy Samberg, people in their 20s pretending to be in high school, and the debut single of a pop star. This is Imogen Heap, who herself had a strange, unusual upbringing in a round tower. That isn't a lie. This is the house. She actually bought it back in 2006 again and lives there to this day. Should I show this? I mean, this is on her Wikipedia page. I feel like I shouldn't be showing this, but this is what this artist is all about. They are more of a outside the box pioneer type musician rather than a hit maker, which is what you would expect inspired the production of this song, but it actually came down to equipment not working. She was in the studio late at night and she was trying to cobble the elements together using her computer. However, it being 2005, the computer crashed, so she had to cobble together other ways of recording the idea that was coming to her head. She had a vocoder, she had a digital recording thingamabob, and began putting together what we then eventually heard as hide and seek. Without a computer crashing in the first place, she never would have used a vocoder. She would have just used post-production effects, might not have actually gotten the feel or the sense or the sound of how that entire song moved in the first place. We all know this song. I mean, it's just got a beautiful, haunting mood to it, and it's no surprise it was used for TV. But the reason that it sort of pulls you in is because every line is a question, and every question goes unanswered. Normally in songwriting, you will pose a question or a problem, and in the next line or the next verse, you will give the solution. So you open the circle, you close the circle, open the circle, close the circle. And this is like a nice dopamine hit for our weird human monkey brains. So when she was sending early copies and versions of the song to her friends, half of them would say, this is brilliant, this is genius, it's not like anything I've heard. And the other half would say, why don't you finish that and then send me it, please, Imogen? This is clearly not resolved. In the end, she just decided to back her own gut feeling, and she thought that it was worth being different and just put it out there to the big world. And it didn't really do anything. It got no chart success anywhere in the world. Well, except for Italy. Italy said see. But even in our own native UK, it only reached in the 20s of the charts. So this was one of those cool, interesting, unique songs that didn't amount to massive success. But then came the 20-year-olds dressed as high schoolers. In 2025, everyone's given out about Stranger Things cast looking like they're adults trying to play teenagers. At least they were cast at the correct age, and it's taken like 10 years to make the program. In the mid-noughties, the OC was one of the biggest shows on TV, and the main cast, who were playing teenagers, 17 or 18 was what they were meant to be. They were 25, and clearly 25. I'm going off topic. Imogen's Hide and Seek was used for the season 2 finale of the OC, where a really dramatic scene happens. Kind of forget it, but off the top of my head, one of the characters, I think, was cheating with another character's girlfriend, and then there was a gun involved, and he got to the apartment and he shot him, but I think your man might have shot him. It was all very dramatic. It was a big cliffhanger moment, and it was what everyone was talking about in school the following day. And I regret not watching it then because I didn't have a clue what everyone else was talking about. And it would have been handy for this video now. The use of that song in that scene, in that show, brought this into the ether and the consciousness of the mainstream masses. Then we fast forward to April 2007 when SNL are short of ideas and they decide to use the cameras on their phones to video what would become the second ever musical meme. What you say? What you say? What you say? What you say? I just love it. Shia LaBeouf. That's how I'd say it, I think, naturally. If you need anything to go viral, just get Shia and it will happen. Final scene of the OC and then watch that skit. and it's just hilarious. I mean, what a cast they had then. They really were the good old days. And that was yet another wave of this song being introduced to the mainstream masses, but being made famous by a skit is a double-edged sword. While it was such a moody, deep, serious, confronting song, it being used in such a hysterically funny video kind of diluted the original essence of the song. So again, we hit fast forward and go to the year 2009, where there's a young fella with a confusing surname by the name of Jason Derulo. Derulos. Oh, never mind. He changed it. It's Derulo, actually. You know, it'd be great if he'd say that in his songs, and then nobody would be confused about how to say it. Oh my god, he just did it. Wow. This was Jason Derulo's first single. We hadn't heard him before this. Yet again, Imogen Heap has her song reimagined and repurposed, totally different from the initial aim of this song. That open question which starts that song for Jason Derulo started his pop career, and my god did it start it. He went straight to the top of the charts, reaching #1 in New Zealand, in the US Pop Play, and several other countries. Just #5 in Ireland, but I remember this song being on loop and on people's phones, and it was kind of annoying after a while. But I always really liked the opening part of the song and was kind of thinking, isn't that from something else? After the initial hop, the following skip, and the resulting jump, Jason Derulo's debut single finally gave Imogen Heap the unexpected mainstream success that she deserved. There you go. That is the history of a very weird song, and thank God it was made. You can see her performing this live, and that gives you the essence and sense of how bananas it is that she created this. Thank you so much for watching this video. The aim, as I said at the start, is to make every song more interesting, and I can do that with any song. So I challenge you to comment below for me to make any song interesting. It's what I do as a radio presenter for the past 13 plus years, every single day. So if you'd like to do that, challenge me down below, or maybe just comment about something you learned in this video. The comments really help a small channel. Liking really helps. Subscribing is like the best thing ever. So if you can do all three, basically I will be Mr. Beast by 2026. That's a reachable goal for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And I think this button on this side of this, DJI, I'll start doing plugs now. When I push this, the video should end.